Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Yeah. So with that, welcome to the Blow Family E3 analysis.
They're back again, and about time too, and this time they're in the mood. Are you in the mood, Chris?
Yeah, I'm in the mood to play some banjo.
Oh, I'm in the mood.
Probably the best direct in a while.
Yeah, it hit all the marks for me. Even though there wasn't really like one major new reveal that's like coming out soon. It just, I don't know. I'm just really excited about a lot of different things, and they just completely, they completely got to my heart with both of those Smash DLC characters. I want to talk about those for a moment. Okay, I want to start with Banjo because
that's the important one.
Oh, wait a minute. So first of all, Banjo is in Smash, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, both of them together as one character in Smash Brothers, which is amazing because I played this when I was 13 back when it debuted in 1998. And I thought it was great. It's one of the best 3D platformers ever. It's got this, it's kind of like they took the foundation of Mario 64 and they made this game with so much personality. It was basically the closest thing we had at the time to playing this cartoon. And it just played really well. The characters were really fun and funny and ridiculous. And the music was great. And it really, the soundtrack in particular really like, it kind of influenced my own style a lot, I would say. So I'd say they're long overdue in Smash Brothers. And I'm very happy to see them here. Chris, what would you say about that?
Well, as a man who hates video games,
as we all know,
I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, all right, nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That trailer was terrific too. The way they kind of echo the K. Rool trailer, you know, because they're all like the Rareware family, you know. And they tricked us again with the Duck Hunt, you know. They
it was
pulled
great.
The same thing twice. They pulled the switcheroo twice. They tricked us both times. Very good. But yeah, I think Banjo-Kazooie looks really accurate in terms of the portrayal. They didn't use that weird, crazy look from Nuts and Bolts, and the moveset just kind of has that personality and that humor we've kind of come to expect from the series.
Oh yeah, it looks like it fits really well in the game. I couldn't ask for a better addition.
All that said, you Banjo fans have got to chill the heck out on my boy Dragon Quest Hero. All right? Gotta chill.
What kind of name is that? Hero.
What kind of name is that? Wait, okay. So I've seen a lot of people online say, "Oh, we got Banjo and everyone's excited and it's totally overshadowed." You know what? Both characters are in. All right, they both got in. Everyone is happy. Let's all be happy together. Have a big happy party. As a fan of both series, I do not like how the Banjo people are not taking this victory with aplomb. They're for some reason taunting the Hero fans, the Erdrick fans. Like it's some sort of weird competition, even though both characters got in. So enough of the fighting. Let's all join hands together and beat each other up in Smash Brothers.
Nah, I don't think you understand, Matthew. It's like, think of it this way. What if you got Geno and Squall? I mean, what would your reaction be then?
Well, I mean, I would be angry.
You'd be like, all right, I got the best character ever, so who cares about Geno?
Okay, I had no idea where you were going with that. All right, so here's the thing. Dragon Quest is this is the series I most wanted in Smash at this point. Like, I know I advocated for Slime. I would have loved to see Slime, but I'm like 95% as happy that we got the Dragon Quest Hero in instead, which kind of covers all sorts of different games. It's like a big fan service crazy thing, and I totally went nuts when he was announced. Like the same level of hype for me as Mega Man and Ridley was with the Dragon Quest Hero. So I'm super excited about that, and I think everybody just needs to be happy that the guy got in or whatever. I just don't like all the negativity and the gloating, which doesn't make any sense because everyone got in. Everyone is here, folks.
Well, okay.
And I'm pretty much done with the DLC. Like, I'm happy now. I don't even care who the last two guys are. I got Dragon Quest Hero, I got Banjo-Kazooie, I got my Ridley Man. I'm pretty much set.
You're set. Well, you know, I hate to continue playing Devil's Advocate, but when Joker came out, you were pretty on the fence there. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get these downloadable characters. I mean, Smash Brothers is Joker. That was you. That was you.
I mean, that's fair, but I wasn't going onto like message boards and are like, who is this clown? I mean,
weren't you?
Not really. I mean,
oh, okay.
I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. You know, Persona's a good series. It's kind of weird that they picked the protagonist from the latest one that's not on a Nintendo system. And I know that's kind of applies to Luminary, so don't bother pointing that out. But he's about to come out on Dragon Quest XI S, which looks so super sweet, because that's what the S stands for. Anyway, Joker, okay, so Joker was good. Joker was fine. He's a little weird, but it's also like Persona has some history with Nintendo, and they did a pretty good job with his moveset, and Persona 5 is, it's a good game. So, pretty neat character, but I wanted to hold off on buying the pack until like someone I really, really wanted got in, and that way I could kind of send that message to Nintendo like, boom, you've convinced me with this showing. I'm excited now. And I did. I bought the pack, and I was playing around with Joker yesterday, messing around his stage, summoning his persona, throwing fire, and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, the point is, Dragon Quest, I'm so excited. I just cannot handle it. I can't handle people saying he's generic anime swordsman when he invented that trope, buddy, at least for video games. If you're worried about too many swordsmen, your beef's with Fire Emblem, which did not have the grace to combine 4 different characters into a single slot the way Dragon Quest did. So take it up with Fire Emblem. I don't want to hear it. Dragon Quest earned his spot. He's been around since 1988, killing stuff, slinging spells, being awesome. So that's all I got to say about that. Angry people just gotta chill. I can respect Banjo being in because Banjo-Kazooie is amazing and deserves its spot, but you gotta respect the same for Dragon Quest. Respect.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, anyone who's upset about Dragon Quest or making him feel bad, that's not cool. Let's just all chill and be friendly and happy.
Yeah, because like I said, they both got in. So
they did. So this seems to indicate that the rules for becoming a Smash Brothers character are not that you've been on a Nintendo console before, but it's that you have a good relationship with Nintendo and you're going to have a game coming out soon. So with all these characters, they're all having games coming out soon, or they had a game recently, right?
If we decide to apply that pattern to the characters so far, we like to look for patterns and things, but it doesn't necessarily mean Banjo-Kazooie.
That seems a good indication. I mean, okay, you're making a deal with Nintendo, right? You got a character, and you're like, hey, I want to put this character in Smash, and they're like, oh, you want to put this in Smash? Well, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine, if you catch my drift. So they're not just gonna, oh yeah, your character's popular, we're gonna put, no. You gotta make a deal.
There's gotta be something that they get out of it.
They're like, what's in it for me?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gonna put some salt on my pizza?
What? Is that your topping of choice? Salt on your pizza.
Gonna plump up my ravioli?
Yeah, the thing is, we got Persona 5 Scramble, but we didn't get Persona 5 Royal. So hard to say. We might. So okay. So what this means is we're gonna get a Banjo-Kazooie Musou game, where Banjo and Kazooie are running through, fighting a bunch of what are they? What's a? I don't even know like what goon they would fight, like a bunch of Minjos or a bunch of tiny Gruntildas or something.
No, they fight a bunch of Jinjos, actually.
Well, Jinjos...
Well, no, because Jinjos, they repressed people, but then they came back and overthrew, Grunty and Gruntilda and whatever. And then when they got into power, they kind of repeated the sins that were committed upon them. So they're like a tyrannical, ruling class. So now they need to be defeated. Well,
this sounds like the basis of a good game. Get Rareware on the horn.
Yeah.
Or whatever's left of Rareware. Get Platonic on the horn.
Platonic, yeah. I mean... Yeah, I don't know that.
I haven't tried ukulele yet, but I've heard some good things about it. So I don't know.
We're still around. They made Sea of Thieves.
Was that good? How was that?
Well, I mean, it came out. And
that's something.
There was Killer Instinct.
I don't think that was by them though, was it? Like I heard it was like some other team that handled it.
I think you're right. Okay, well, Sea of Thieves.
There's the Piñata. People like the Piñata games.
Matthew, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah. So we got Mario Maker 2 coming out. That looks good. Oh, they got rid of the Mii mushrooms for some reason, which I liked in the first one. But I do like when I watch in the Treehouse, they've got like this thing where it's a bunch of tutorials now about how to make a good level, which Mario Maker sorely needs because there was so much garbage in the first game. Right. It was like it's such a great idea for a game, but like in execution, you end up kind of wading through these nonsensical levels and thwomps kind of come out of nowhere and kill you. And they specifically address that, the part in the treehouse, like they're playing this playback and the NPC character gets killed by a thwomp. And she's like, what? That came out of nowhere. I'm so mad. I want to quit this level. You know, and it's meant to teach you a lesson, like how to, you know, what the rules of good level design. And I think that's
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think? What do you think of Luigi's Mansion 3? How's that shaping up?
I don't know. If they reveal the Waluigi mechanic, I'll be much more interested.
I was holding out hope for him, but
yeah, it just looks fine, but the same.
For me, Luigi's Mansion has never really been a great series, and I know that's kind of blasphemy in some circles. But I mean, I remember being like 15 or 16 when the first one came out, and everyone's kind of like, this isn't a real Mario game. And I guess I never quite shook that from my mind. I've played through the games. I played the first one a couple times, in fact, but it always kind of felt more like a rental to me. Like, it's fun, but it's like kind of feels a little small, a little limited, I guess. I kind of feel out of control when the ghosts are dragging you into stuff. Like, I don't know. It just never was really my thing. It was kind of my thing, but it wasn't like really my thing. You know what I mean?
Well, but at least the first one had the best music. It had good lighting and nice graphics, good atmosphere.
I think I would agree there, yeah.
Those things have kind of seemed to drop off for some reason, which is weird to me.
I feel like the lighting in 3 is technically impressive, but it doesn't feel like it's got that kind of hazy, kind of rich atmosphere the first game had. And I think the second one didn't have that either. I enjoyed Scare Scraper mode. I'm glad to see that back. I think the combat in the second one was pretty good. And they're adding more moves and stuff. So
yeah, but it's less atmospheric. It's more regular game. So like I don't know,
more regular game, like a beat 'em up or something.
Yeah,
a little bit. I didn't love the dark light mechanic.
Yeah, but then they brought that back.
We just kind of want to aim at everything in a room. It feels a little too slow for me. It slows down the gameplay. Let's talk about something a little more positive.
All right.
I gotta say, I was not planning on getting Fire Emblem Three Houses because I'm still sitting on Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, which I haven't played yet. But then Nintendo did this treehouse thing for it, and it's like super in depth. Like,
it looks great.
He's like running around this school, talking to people, sending letters and things, and like there's like all these crazy stats you can and relationship levels and stuff with the students, and you're like meeting them for dinner and stuff. And I don't know, it just sounds cool. And the gameplay itself looks very quick and punchy, and the usual strategic stuff as well. So I may have to bite on this.
I think I'm going to pick it up. I really liked that Awakening fleshed out the gameplay more so than just doing the battles. There was a lot of stuff with the characters you could do. Mm-hmm. And that extra depth, I think, adds a lot to the appeal of the game for me.
It kind of unifies the game to have like a home base of sorts.
Yeah.
Where it kind of brings the world to life a little more than just having separate missions.
It seems like they've added some good quality of life improvements to the battle system as well. Like you can tell who the enemy's going to attack the next turn.
Oh yeah, they got that little arc thing going.
Yeah.
That showed you just immediately which enemies could reach you.
Right. So yeah, I think it looks great. It was totally off my radar before because I loved Awakening, but then even the title Three Houses reminded me of Fates, where it's like you have to buy 3 different games or something to get the experience, whatever.
Yeah, I think Fates, they should not have done 3 games. It was just Fire Emblem overkill, and it wasn't even that it was done badly. I don't think. Like, I enjoyed Birthright well enough, but by the end of 45, 50 hours of that, I was feeling done for a while.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not gonna play 2 more games of this. That's crazy. It's just you get burned out, especially when you have to start over with the same character and go to the other people. I don't know. It was just too much, but I might do this.
Yeah, but I was really surprised. It looks great. So I'm going to pick that up. So what else looks good?
So Astral Chain. I was not initially following this, And then I saw the treehouse for it, and like seeing the treehouse for several other things, it looks pretty cool. You're like connected to this other character, but you're like swinging them around like a ball and chain or something, and then you can like switch, and they do all these mechanics around that. So like they had this boss where they had to like wrap their chain around its giant arm and pull it down like it's like an ATST or whatever they're called, AT-AT, the Star Wars thingy. Yeah, they were doing that. It's got like a lot of action, kind of like Bayonetta. I know it's done by Platinum. Not sure if it's done by the Bayonetta team or if they're working on Bayonetta 3 or what. But it looks pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it yet, but I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out for it. And it comes out surprisingly soon, like August or something crazy.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I was less impressed with Daemon X Machina's demo, which kind of felt like I was just sort of thrown into an arena, like an arena built for multiplayer or something, and kind of just have to fly around and bust up targets. May have not been my thing. It felt a little slow paced to me. Didn't really have the action feel I was craving. But I've never really played a mech game like, you know, I think Robotech is one, or maybe it's Robotron. Robotron is
Maybe
Robotech I'm thinking of. I never really played a mech game, so maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. But didn't quite do it for me. Chris, what do you think of the remake of Link's Awakening?
I think it looks great for anyone who hasn't played Link's Awakening.
Hmm.
Like, hey, I love Link's Awakening, but I've had that experience before, and it looks like the same experience. So unless I was going to play it with my wife, I probably will pass on it.
I feel kind of conflicted about it, which is weird because I was really excited when they showed it, even though I mean, I love Link's Awakening. It's one of my favorite. I think it's in my top 5 Zelda games, actually. I like it more than A Link to the Past. I play it probably maybe every 5 years or so. So seeing it like this close to the original, I'm sort of conflicted. Like it's like almost like a tile by tile remake. Like the squares are identical, you know, in most places. Yeah. And it looks really good and it sounds really good. The music, I'm almost sure, is done by that guy that did Link Between Worlds soundtrack, as well as
he's great. Yeah.
Triforce Heroes. He did that soundtrack too. And it just got that quirky feel. But here's the thing. $60, I don't know. I mean, I'm not usually one to complain about price, but I really feel like this started as a 3DS game, and they ended up moving it to the Switch. And obviously it looks like a Switch game now, but it's still going to be maybe 8 hours of content, you know? It's just kind of hard to... I don't know. Games like this used to be like a really good way to spend $40, but I'm not sure if it kind of becomes like sort of iffy way to spend 60.
Yeah.
Assuming it's, you know, assuming the rest of the game is the same amount of content as Link's Awakening.
Right, they could have something extra or something, I guess.
They did include the color dungeon, which is a start.
Yeah.
And of course there is the dungeon maker feature, which is pretty cool. Like I was watching them go through this, and you have to kind of plan out your keys and everything. And you know, the rooms are arranged by number of exits. So I'm really tempted by that, because that seems pretty neat. It's I mean, obviously it's not like a full Mario Maker style kind of thing, but I think they're probably kind of setting the path for a Zelda Maker game, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that could be exciting.
I mean, consider like how everything is tile based already in this game, and then think about how that would relate to the original Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, and The Legend of Zelda, and you've got 4 themes right there.
And
I would go nuts if there was a Zelda Maker. Like a 2D, like dungeon stuff. Anyway, so I might get Link's Awakening. I'm not sure yet. It's like I really want to, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't know if like a prettier version of an experience I'm so familiar with already is worth that much money.
So are you saying that because it's 8 hours for $60, are you saying that for someone who hasn't played it before, it's not worth buying?
I think Link's Awakening is a great game. So, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, every game you buy has to be longer than a certain length. But since it's kind of, because it's short and I've experienced it before, like several times, it's kind of a combination of things, you know? If you haven't experienced it before, I definitely recommend buying Link's Awakening.
Sure.
It's got fantastic gameplay. The writing is really quirky. It's like the beginning of quirky, silly Nintendo. Like the first game in their history that's just like got writing that's kind of bizarre. I think Dan Osen did it. It's one of his first games. He's the guy that says, "The last Metroid is in captivity." Yeah, he's that guy, the guy with the nerdy voice. And the game has a very simple story, but it's very well told. It's very poignant. It's really something to see, and the music is great. It's just a great game. It's a great game. It was like a legendary Game Boy game. And yeah, I mean, I totally recommend it to anyone that hasn't played it.
Yeah, I would too.
Chris, how is Resident Evil 5?
It's a very poor game, and I would not recommend it.
How about 6?
It is an extremely poor game, and I would not recommend it at all.
I'm tempted though. Come on, talk me out of it. Talk me out of spending $30 a piece on these games because I know I'm going to be doing it.
Oh god.
Shouldn't? Oh, okay. Maybe I should put that money towards Link's Awakening instead. Yes.
You will have much more fun buying Link's. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. Most people would have more fun with Link's Awakening. You really love Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a great game.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's a great game, but like you're like insanely devoted to that game.
Look, a lot of people are insanely devoted to Resident Evil 4, buddy.
Even with that in mind, and I love the game too. It's a great game. Even with that in mind, Resident Evil 5 does not have the level design, the story, the enemy design, or just the encounters design. Everything is far more like dull. And routine in that game, just in general. The general feel of the gunplay is stiffer and less engaging. There's less. I found all of the combat much less interesting and less memorable.
Okay.
So
I will keep that in mind when it comes out.
You'll probably buy it because you're you. So just buy it. Okay, you buy it and you tell me how much you like it.
Okay. I will let you know. I'll let you know how much.
And
I like
if you enjoy that game, I guess you'll buy Resident Evil 6. But since
I might as well, I can bridge the gap. Look, I have 2 games between 4 and 7. I've played both of those. I gotta know what happens in the middle. What happened? What happened after Leon rescued Ashley to lead to the events of 7, where Ethan gets, was that his name? Ethan? Yeah. Ethan gets trapped by the Baker family.
Yeah,
there's so many things that could happen between those 2 things.
I understand you want to fill in the storyline gaps, but the only thing you might enjoy about 5 is once you beat the game, you get Mercenaries mode, and it's okay. It's not nearly as good as no, it's not nearly as good as 4's because just the core gameplay is just sloppier. It's just not as good. So because the core gameplay isn't as tight and well balanced as 4's was, none of the game is as fun. And then everything else, it's like everything else suffers even more because of that. Because since the core gameplay isn't as good, the fact that the story and the characters and the bosses and the set pieces and the levels and everything are weaker makes it even worse. So I do not recommend it, but I know you're gonna play it, so just go. Don't have fun.